A final farewell, God's unique act of love. Deuteronomy chapter 34, verses 1, 5 and 6 tells us a remarkable story. Moses, after leading the Israelites for 40 years, died. But God himself buried Moses. This was no ordinary burial. It was a powerful statement of love and protection. God often uses humans to care for the dead. But for Moses, he chose a different path. This act showed the depth of their relationship and the importance of what was to come. God's presence filled those final moments. He was there with Moses at the very end. This act of love speaks volumes to us today, reminding us that God is always with us. Moses and God, a bond forged in freedom's fire. Moses wasn't just a leader, he was God's chosen servant. Their story began at the burning bush, a symbol of God's presence. Moses argued with God, pleaded with him for his people, and led them out of slavery in Egypt. Their relationship was real and raw. They talked face to face like friends. God trusted Moses to deliver his law, the 10 Commandments. He entrusted him to lead his people to the promised land. This unique bond, forged in hardship and victory, made God's act of burying Moses even more profound. It showed the depth of their connection and the special place Moses held in God's heart. Whispers of Egypt, the shadow of idolatry. The Israelites, before reaching the Promised Land, spent years in Egypt. This land, while offering refuge, also held dangers. The Egyptians worshipped many gods and had elaborate rituals for the dead. These practices, so different from God's commands, could easily tempt the Israelites. They were, after all, still learning to follow God fully. The allure of familiar customs, even if wrong, was strong. God, in his wisdom, knew the human heart. He knew the pull of the familiar, the comfort of tradition. He understood that the Israelites, newly freed from slavery, could easily be led astray. A grave unknown. Safeguarding faith from temptation. God, by burying Moses himself in a secret location, protected the Israelites from a grave danger idol worship. If they had known the place, they might have been tempted to turn Moses into an idol, a symbol of their deliverance. They might have built a monument, a place of pilgrimage, forgetting that it was God, not Moses, who had set them free. This act of concealment was a powerful testament to God's love and foresight. It served as a constant reminder that their worship belonged to God alone. He was the one true God, the one who deserved their praise and devotion, not any human, not even their beloved leader Moses. Beyond the dusty path, God's unchanging guidance. God's care for the Israelites didn't end with Moses' death. He continued to guide them, providing for their needs, leading them with his presence. The hidden grave served as a constant reminder of his invisible hand. It taught them to trust in his unseen power, his unwavering faithfulness. Their journey was about more than reaching a physical destination. It was about reaching spiritual maturity, a deep and abiding faith in God. The unknown grave became a symbol of this journey, a reminder that true faith rests not on what we can see, but on the unseen God who holds us in his loving care. Our modern exodus standing firm in true worship. Today we face our own Egypts, our own temptations to stray from God. We live in a world filled with idols, things that clamour for our attention, our affection, our worship. These idols can be anything that we put before God. They can be possessions, careers, relationships, even our own desires. The lesson from Moses' hidden grave remains powerfully relevant. We are called to give our worship to God alone. We are to keep our eyes fixed on him, not on the fleeting things of this world. Just as God protected the Israelites, he protects us today. He guides us, provides for us, and leads us on our own journey of faith.